Thank you.
Cameras, okay, good to go. Right, guys, we have with us here Rahul as usual. One question at a time. Who wants to go first, please? Yes.
First of all, fair to say you found the sweet spot when it comes to batting in English conditions, and secondly, what happened in the last over in football?
Yeah, I'm happy that I'm batting at the top of the order, and I've always enjoyed batting at the top of the order. Always batted there, even in my junior cricket and all my early days. I've always batted at the top of the order, so that's something that feels quite good, and I'm happy being in that place, and so happy that I'm making use of the opportunity and getting runs for the team. And what happened at the end is, it's just part of the game now. This is I understand from an opening batter's point of view. I know exactly what is going on, and everyone knows exactly what is going on. But an opening batter will understand completely what happened in the last 5 minutes.
Rahul, your left.
Hi.
Just in terms of the mental discipline that we need as an opener, not necessarily the understanding, but just as an opener, to keep fronting up and doing it again and again. Is there any sort of routine that you have in the exercises that you do to just make sure that the concentration stays throughout the innings?
In the last year or so, or in the last couple of years, I have worked on a few mental drills. I spent a bit of time with an expert who can help me with, improving my reaction time, and some mental drills and games that you can play that help you get better with your reaction time and stuff like that. It's I think a lot of other sports use it. I've seen this in Formula One quite a lot, and I picked this up from one of the guys that I've worked with in Salzburg. I'm closely associated with Red Bull, so I had the opportunity to go there and work with some of the coaches that work with the elite Formula One guys and other adventure sports people who require a lot of this mental side of the game. So I've worked on that, and I guess that's the only thing that's been different in the last year or so. But yeah, I've always had I've always enjoyed batting long periods of time. Even when I was growing up, even when I played junior cricket, I always enjoyed batting long hours, and I could focus for long hours. But I think a bit of this has just helped me in the last few years.
Okay, you came here as a senior most specialist batter in the side, and now you've got 2 centuries and a half century here. So how happy are you with the consistency and sort of being from the front as a specialist? Senior most specialist batter.
Yeah, that's something that I've strived for all my career, is to be consistent and perform on a consistent basis, and be one of the guys on the team that the team can look up to and really count on. So I'm happy that the performances are coming through in the last few years. My mindset or my hunger or my passion towards the game has always been there, but in the last few years, I think the performances are showing too.
Kale, you and Rishabh are both wicket-keeping batters, but it seems like you have nothing else in common from your style to your demeanour. But
I'm taking offence to that.
No, now I feel bad. You know what I mean, though. It's you have such different styles and demeanours. Do you have things in common on or off the field, and that maybe we don't know about? And what are the conversations or the way you work your partnership together that you have out there?
Tough one. I think the most common thing is our love for cricket and love for batting, and love for performing in difficult scenarios. we've had a lot of important partnerships in the last few years, and I enjoy batting with him. I thoroughly enjoy batting with him. It's when he's batting with me, I look at the way he bats, and I wish and I hope that I could do that. Some days I sit when there are no games and dream of playing shots like that and playing with that kind of a mindset and an attitude. But yeah, it's always just been a dream. But yeah, we do chat quite a lot about cricket and batting and the technical bit of batting as well. He was injured and in the NCA, and we were both injured, and we were at the NCA back in Bangalore, and we would see each other every day, and that's probably the first time I realized there's a lot of thought behind how he bats and a lot of uh, yeah, he's a deep thinker of the game, though it may not seem that way or suggest with the way he plays, but it's something that suits his game, and that's all. Obviously, for me, it's been great to understand how he thinks and get a little bit of a deeper insight into his mind. So yeah, that's probably it, and yeah, we both get along pretty well. We're great friends off the field as well, but yeah, common, yeah, very few things. Yeah. Yeah.
Rahul, hi, Rahul, is there a conscious effort because a lot of players, batters around you are a bit flashy? But we saw in fact lately that you've been restrictive, perhaps. Even yesterday we saw to start with those drives. Majority of those did not reach the fence. You're just pushing, not going for those expansive drives. Are you trying to restrict yourself to build that long innings?
No, I'm just trying to do what is necessary on that day and what I feel can give me the best result on that possible day. And yeah, for now, I feel, or for this innings, I felt like that was the way to go. And when I'm opening the batting, obviously, I need to. There's a lot more responsibility for you to get your team off to a good start and make sure that you have a solid base set up for the rest of the batters to come, or for you yourself to go ahead and score a big knock and get a lot of runs on the board. So yeah, that's more or less what I think about. There are pockets in the ground that I feel I need to score off, and that can change with every wicket and every innings and every day. So yeah, it's about how I feel that day and what is the plan that I come up with in the moment, in the middle, and try and execute it.
Well, first of all, well done. After I think we have won 2 out of the 3 sessions for the DSPA. But is there a sense of disappointment in the dressing room because there at one point it seemed like we have got a lead of 56, good 56 runs, but at the end of the day, it happens. Maybe.
Yeah, of course, there's a little bit of disappointment because I think we were in a really good position when I think even till just before tea time, I think we were in a really good position. Obviously, me and Rishabh got that long partnership, but we both got out. You know, he got out just before lunch, and I got out right after lunch. That wasn't ideal. So you had 2 set batters in the top 5 who'd gotten off to a start. So ideally, you want one of them or both of the batters to go on and get a big score, and that's how you sort of get ahead in the test match. So yes, that is disappointing. A lot of players got starts and we couldn't convert it and get bigger scores that would have put us ahead of the test match. But as it stands, I think it's quite even.
KL, the last over before the over which Rishabh got run out, he was egging you on to get that under it. Even one ball which you played towards sweeper cover, he said, "Sida tha chauka lag raha tha." And he got out the way he did. So, what were your thoughts then? Because you looked very disappointed standing there looking at the big screen when the replay was being shown. And second, since you spent a lot of time today batting with him with that injured finger, how difficult was it for him to actually hold the bat? Because there were certain situations where the bat was giving him that jarring experience and he looked in a lot of pain. So, your thoughts about it?
Long question. Yeah. First, yeah, obviously, not ideal, and there was a conversation a couple of overs before that. I told him that I'll try and get my 100 if possible before lunch, and with Bashir bowling that last over before lunch, I thought it was a good chance for me to get it. But yeah, unfortunately, I hit it straight to the fielder. It was a ball that I could have hit it for a boundary, but I hit it straight to the fielder, and then I think he just wanted to rotate the strike and see if he can put me back on strike. But yeah, it didn't. Shouldn't have happened. Run out at that stage was, I think really changed the momentum, and it was disappointing and disappointing for both of us. Obviously, nobody wants to throw their wicket like that. Or and what is the second part? Yeah, obviously he was in a lot of pain. Gripping the bat, and when the ball hits your bat, there's a lot of friction and a lot of. He got hit on the gloves as well a couple of times, which was not ideal. So yeah, he was in a lot of pain, and he kept telling me that that he was missing out on a lot of balls that he felt like should have gone for boundaries, and he was very disappointed with that. But I just had to tell him to weigh his options and see what are the best shots he can score boundaries of, rather than getting upset with the areas he can't score off. So yeah, he seemed pretty calm. Otherwise, yeah, he was in pain, but he was more than happy and more than willing to do the job and fight the fight for the team.
Shubman seemed pretty fired up at that final over at the end. Have you seen him like that before? And do you expect tomorrow morning when you come to bowl again, you'll be any more fired up, or even get a bit more chirp from around the bat as a result of what went on this evening?
Yeah, I mean, I have seen him fired up, but obviously, we wanted to bowl 2 overs. There were 6 minutes left. Obviously, 2 overs is a no-brainer that any team will bowl 2 overs with 6 minutes to go. But it's a bit of theatrics at the end, and we were all pumped up either way, because we know how difficult it is for a batter to come into bat for 2 overs when you've been in the field all day, and we were hoping we could get a wicket there, and a wicket at the end of the day's play would have been perfect for us. And tomorrow I think even without that, I think we would have been fired up anyways, because that's where the game stands. We have 2 days from now on with both the teams probably back to zero after 3 days of hard-fought cricket. It all comes down to day 4 and day 5, so we would have been fired up anyway. So yeah, we will go out there and try and get 10 wickets as quickly as we can, and enjoy ourselves in the field.
Final question. Okay, you started by talking about the mental setup that you thought that you're working on, even in your technical path. 2021 also, you had a great start to the England series, where you scored a century here at ground. Can you talk about you taking a leg stump guard in this series? What is the advantage of that? How did you work that out, and how is that helping you? What are the other changes that you brought in your technical setup this series?
I haven't honestly changed where I stand. My guard's always been the same. I stand there. Only in an ODI game will I stand on middle stump, but otherwise I've always preferred to stand there. Again, it changes sometimes. You use the crease based on the bounce of the wicket. Obviously, in England there's not as much bounce, and LBW is a high chance for a batter to get out. So yeah, I've always preferred staying there. Gives me freedom to move my arms better and watch the ball better, and that's something that I've always done. So I've not really thought about changing too much. Even in India, that's exactly where I stand. Only on a slightly bouncier wicket, maybe I'll change my guard, but it's simple. That's where I've stood. I've not changed that at all.
Thank you.
Thank you.